C'est qui Peter le noir? Hey, Peter! Ah, on est du jeu F1. D'accord, merci, ça va m'être utile. Il s'amuse à tirer dans le mur encore. À la gloire de la reine d'Angleterre. Ah merde, je le retrouve là, moi. Ta, ta, ta. Merde, mais je fais quoi? Qu'est-ce que je suis censé faire? Attends.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Mais à quel moment Ah, une tête d'ours.
You are utterly mad.
Mais pourquoi il continue de tirer alors qu'on parle? Il est malade, lui. Puis dans son mur.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Mais tu le reconnais même
Nonsense.
pas.
I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Le mec il se concentre pour tirer des balles. Il analyse.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman
Oh,
by
c'est
the name
Peter.
of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all
Un
week.
client de
A
Limoges.
grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he
La
achieved
chasse aux
much
phoques et la
success
baleine,
in
c'est un vrai
seal
fils
and
de
whale
pute,
hunting
si je peux me
around
permettre.
Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Merry Men struck again.
Les
What have they
Merry
done
Men.
this time?
Merde.
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Ah ok. Tape pour le carnet. D'accord. Peter Carey. Choisissez un costume dans votre armoire et rejoindre l'estrade à Woodman's. Mais il y en a qui volent de la poudre à la poudre. Il y a un meurtre. Profil de la victime. Ah bah, il y avait une sale gueule. Hein. Quoi ça? Ok. Bon. Ok. Il faut que je mette des fringues, mais je m'habille haut. Oh. Oula. Bon, bah voilà. Alors,
You
bonsoir.
go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've
Elle est
made
propriétaire,
here.
mais elle fait femme de ménage. Quelle brave femme.
A map of London.
Un map of London. Oui, je me doute.
This is where I keep my post.
Bon, bah une lettre, c'est bon, on avance pas. Chambre de Watson. Vous avez des vêtements, Watson? Je n'ai pas rien à mettre. On peut lire? Non, dommage. J'aime beaucoup les décors. Ah, mais c'est vrai qu'à l'époque... C'est rustique, votre chambre. Oh! Je m'attendais pas. Ah, j'aime bien. Hein. On va mettre des hauts de forme. Après tout, on est Sherlock Holmes ou pas? Voilà. Des lunettes, barbe. Non. Y'a quoi en barbe? C'est moche. Ouais, bon. Faire les... Bon, pourquoi on n'irait pas en peignoir? Ah, on va pouvoir s'habiller en marin plus tard. Ah, parfait. Eh bien, parfait, non? Ouais. Bon. Bon, bah écoutez, donc je vais y aller, hein, pendant que je ramasse ma merde. Ah.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Bah, I common, 2 secondes. J'en laisserai mal. Ouais, donc. À bord du sentier d'aller. Oui, bah oui. Les traces de pas là. Là, là.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
De bonne taille, d'accord, mais quelle mesure Attends, faut que je vienne... Faut que je regarde pour qu'il y en ait un qui se dise, bah... Objet requis. Ah, c'est pour ça. En même temps, j'ai failli dire, bah, tu découvres pas la pointure. Hein. Des citrouilles.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Des preuves. Ah, on va trouver des... Mes hommages, madame. C'est la femme, la mère. Non, la mère doit être morte, c'est là 50 ans.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him.
Bon, donc on s'est bien habillé, hein. Ça arrive en fou que devant elle.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Événement habituel de cette nuit, d'éclat du corps, y a-t-il un jardinier?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then.
Ah, il était alcoolique
He
en
would scream
plus.
all the time when he was drunk.
Un jardinier.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Le mec, il a du fric et il va dans sa cabane boire.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Alors, on va l'analyser, la petite dame. Enfin, on va essayer. Ah. Attendez, la souris. Ah. Elle a pas de poils pour une mamie. Ça avait fait un truc par là. Non mais faut... Moi c'est elle qui m'intéresse. Jamais. Mhm. Ah. D'accord.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
Ah oui, bah,
He
comme
was
il est
different,
alcoolique.
wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Je suis Sherlock Holmes. Ah. Oula. Oula. J'ai eu peur, il y a des QTE. Pèlerinage. Oh, pour la victime, sans doute. Mauvaise réponse. Mais je sais pas, moi, laquelle que c'est.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return
Oui,
from
non, mais
Plymouth?
Sherlock, il sait, mais moi, je sais
Yes,
pas.
Mr.
On se
Holmes.
calme tout de suite.
Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Alors. Ouais, mais c'est pas au sud de l'Angleterre, au niveau de la mer, Plymouth.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral
Ah
of
non, c'est un jeu de
Santiago de
que je vais dire, mais comme je
Compostela
suis
when you
nul
were
en
young.
religion.
That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married
Ah, il
him
était
soon
marin.
afterwards.
D'accord.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
J'ai rien suivi du début.
Thank you, madam.
D'accord. Bon. Faut trouver des bottes. Très bien. Lestrade, vous êtes où? Ah, mais il y a le corps là derrière. Bon, bah écoutez.
Mr. Holmes?
Oui.
Mr. Holmes?
Tu veux pas parler?
Mr. Holmes?
Ok. C'est là la cabane, non? Non, il est pas là-dedans? Oui. Mais... Ah. Donc c'est fait normalement. Oh, mais c'est trop bien. En fait, il me faut un outil pour les traces de pas et... T'as pas fini ton boulot, toi? Ouais, bah d'accord. Les citrouilles. C'est quoi qui est sur les citrouilles? Ah, un chou. Bon, Lestrade, il est où?
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
La bonne nouvelle, c'est qu'il n'y aura pas d'EST.
Mr. Holmes?
Ah non, mais lui aussi?
Mr.
Oui,
Holmes?
bah d'accord, ok. Enfin, je pense, je me suis habillé
The
propre.
door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it
Ah,
yesterday
depuis hier.
to ensure that no one should enter the
Non, il
cabin
doit pas
and
être très
tamper
frais.
with the
Hein.
evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello,
S'il y est plus, ça va être drôle.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Ah bah bien, quelqu'un essaie de rentrer vers Maccabée. Attends, avant. Porte. Il y a des rayures,
These scratches are fresh.
c'est tout.
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
D'où les traces de
Well.
pas.
He's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Bon, bah c'est là qu'on rigole plus. Ah mais il a un lit dans sa cabane et tout. Oh non, pas des mouches. Oh.
What a terrible way to die.
Mais il a quoi dans son corps? Ah non, il y a le bruit des mouches. Trop immersif.
The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Mhm. D'accord. Marin. Elle a quoi la carte?
Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
Oh non, horrible. J'ai pas fini d'examiner l'étagère. Curieux espace vide. Un tout dans la poussière.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the
Il y avait un...
shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Ah, ils sont venus prendre ça. Voilà, c'est tout. Même pas de couette, terrible.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years
Bateau,
1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Ah, les capitaines!
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn
D'accord,
for
je
the
vois bien
years
utiliser.
1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. Harpoons for hunting whales. Harpoons.
Alors, bien fouillé. Bottes. Ah, on va pouvoir mesurer.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Ok.
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
Ah. Ah. Je crois que j'ai cliqué sur le Maccabée. Ah. Moi je voulais. Oh, bon. Alors.
Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Je dis même qu'il l'attendait.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Mais c'est quoi comme arme? J'arrive pas à me rendre compte.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter
Ah, c'est
Carey
un
was
harpon!
impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
J'avais déjà.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
C'est
These
trop
boots
grand.
don't match the footprints. What do these abbreviations mean?
No, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
Écoute, mon petit coco.
But I will find out.
T'es déjà dans la merde. Attends, tu vas nous le dire. Hein.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
Quelqu'un d'autre que vous avez
The
tué?
ring is mine.